The Psychology of a Family Killer. Was Scott Peterson another Chris Watts? Picture two men who seem like the ideal husbands and fathers. Charming, dependable, the kind of guys you'd invite to a barbecue without a second thought. But behind those polished smiles, something sinister was brewing. Scott Peterson and Chris Watts committed crimes so horrific they shocked the world, killing their pregnant wives and children to escape their lives. Were they narcissists, sociopaths, or something even darker? What drove them to annihilate their families? Welcome to Dark Truths, True Crime Stories, where we peel back the layers of the minds behind the madness. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and buckle up for a deep, chilling, hour-plus journey into Scott Peterson's personality and Chris Watts' post-crime behavior. We'll explore their psychology, their lies, and the haunting parallels that make us question how well we know those closest to us. Let's dive into the darkness together. Understanding family killers, a rare and terrifying breed. Family annihilators are among the rarest and most horrifying criminals. Men who destroy their entire families in a single, calculated act. Psychologists like Dr. Catherine Ramsland, in a 2021 Crime Reads article, describe these killers as driven by a need to escape overwhelming responsibilities, often viewing their families as obstacles to a new life. Scott Peterson, convicted in 2004 for murdering his pregnant wife, Laci, and unborn son Connor, and Chris Watts, who confessed in 2018 to killing his pregnant wife, Shanann, and daughters, Bella and Celeste, fit this chilling profile. Both men appeared normal Scott, a charming fertilizer salesman. Chris, a quiet oil field worker, but their actions revealed a darker truth. A 2022 Psychology Today article explains that family annihilators often exhibit narcissistic or sociopathic traits, masking them with charm or normalcy. Scott's lies about fishing at Berkeley Marina and Chris's false TV pleas for his family's return hid their motives: freedom from family life. These cases, amplified by media like Dateline for Scott and American Murder for Chris, gripped the public, turning sympathy into horror. A 2023 Criminology Today podcast notes that such killers often feel trapped by financial or emotional pressures, choosing murder over divorce. Scott's $250,000 life insurance policy and Chris's $70,000 debt, per trial records, suggest practical motives wrapped in psychological flaws. Social media, from 2000's web sleuths to 2018 Reddit, dissected their facades, with users calling them monsters in plain sight. These cases force us to ask, how do seemingly good men become family killers? The psychology of annihilators is complex. Narcissism fuels their entitlement, sociopathy their lack of remorse. Both men's stories show how charm can hide darkness, making us question trust. Have you ever wondered what pushes someone to erase their own family? Could these men have been stopped if their traits were spotted earlier? What's the line between a normal husband and a monster? How does a mind twist to justify such evil? Scott Peterson's early life, roots of a golden boy. Scott Peterson grew up in San Diego, California, born in 1972 as the youngest of seven in a blended family. His parents, Lee and Jackie Peterson, provided a comfortable, middle-class life, private schools, golf lessons, and a supportive home. Friends described Scott as charismatic but reserved, a golden boy who excelled in sports, particularly golf, with dreams of going pro, per 2003 Los Angeles Times profile. He attended Cal Poly, studying business, where he met Laci, his future wife. To the outside world, Scott was a perfect son and husband, polished, ambitious, charming. Yet, psychologists like Dr. Michael Wellner, in a 2023 Forensic Files interview, suggest Scott's upbringing may have fostered narcissistic traits. Jackie's protective nature, shielding him as the baby of the family, could have bred entitlement, per a 2022 Psychology Today article on family killers. There were no overt red flags, no juvenile delinquency or violence, but subtle signs emerged. Classmates recalled Scott's need for admiration, always seeking to be the center of attention, per a 2004 People report. His charm, while disarming, felt performative to some, a trait linked to sociopathy in a 2021 Crime Reads article. His failure to become a pro golfer reportedly stung, fueling a need to maintain a perfect image. Per a 2003 Modesto Bee interview with a former coach, this drive for perfection carried into his marriage with Laci, where he projected stability but hid discontent. A 2023 Psychology Today analysis notes that narcissists like Scott may see family as an extension of their ego, discarding them when they no longer serve their image. Was Scott's golden boy persona a mask for deeper flaws? Could his family have noticed his detachment? What's the psychology behind a privileged upbringing turning dark? How does a need for admiration lead to murder? Signs of narcissism in Scott Peterson. Narcissism, characterized by grandiosity, entitlement, and lack of empathy, was evident in Scott Peterson's behavior. He lied to Amber Fry, his mistress, claiming he was a widower before Laci's disappearance, spinning a fantasy life of international travel, per her 2004 trial testimony. These lies, detailed in 29 hours of recorded calls played in court, showed Scott's need to impress, saying, "I'm in Paris, living it up," while attending Laci's vigils, per a 2003 San Francisco Chronicle. A 2023 Psychology Today article explains that narcissists view others as tools for their ego, discarding them when inconvenient, a trait Scott displayed by pursuing Amber while married. His calm demeanor after Laci vanished, no tears, minimal involvement in searches suggested entitlement, believing he could outsmart police, per Sharon Roche's 2005 book for Laci. Dr. Catherine Ramsland, in a 2021 Crime Reads article, links narcissism to family annihilators, noting they see family as burdens when their self-image is threatened. Scott's $250,000 life insurance policy and $23,000 credit card debt, per 2004 trial records, point to practical motives, but his narcissism drove the audacity to act. His flirtatious calls with Amber, even as Modesto's search for Laci, shocked jurors, per a 2004 Dateline report. Web sleuth users called him a narcissist who thought he was untouchable. Media like Nancy Grace amplified his arrogance, with pundits noting his lack of grief as a hallmark of narcissistic detachment. Did Scott's need for control make murder seem like a solution? Have you ever met someone whose charm fell hollow? Can narcissism alone explain such a crime? What's the danger of a narcissist's entitlement? How does a lack of empathy turn deadly? Sociopathy traits in Scott Peterson. Sociopathy, or antisocial personality disorder, involves deceit, impulsivity, and lack of remorse traits Scott Peterson displayed in spades. His lies about his fishing alibi, claiming he was at Berkeley Marina on December 24th, 2002, were meticulously crafted but fell apart under scrutiny, per 2003 police report. His refusal to take a polygraph, citing emotional stress, and fleeing to Mexico with dyed hair and $10,000 in cash showed impulsivity and evasion, per a 2003 Modesto Bee. Post-arrest, Scott's behavior in court smiling, joking with lawyers shocked observers, per a 2004 New York Times report, suggesting a complete lack of remorse. Dr. Michael Wellner, in a 2018 Forensic Files episode, compares Scott to sociopaths like Ted Bundy, noting his manipulative charm and ability to compartmentalize guilt. His disposal of Laci and Connor's bodies in San Francisco Bay, near his alibi location, reflects a sociopath's calculated risk-taking, per a 2021 Criminology Today podcast. Sharon Roche wrote in for Laci, 2005. His eyes were empty, like he felt nothing. Online forums like CourtTV.com called him a textbook sociopath, with users pointing to his calm under pressure as chilling. A 2023 Psychology Today article notes sociopathic family killers see their victims as obstacles, not people, explaining Scott's cold detachment. Was Scott born this way, or did something twist him? Is sociopathy the key to Scott's crimes? Could his traits have been spotted earlier? What's the sign of a sociopath's remorseless heart? How does deceit build a killer? Chris Watt's background, the quiet family man. Chris Watts, born in 1985 in Fayetteville, North Carolina, grew up in a middle-class family with parents Ronnie and Cindy Watts. Described as quiet and obedient, he excelled in high school sports but was socially reserved, per a 2018 People interview with classmates. After moving to Colorado in 2013 with Shannon, whom he married in 2012, Chris became a doting dad to Bella and Celeste, often seen in Shanann's Facebook videos playing with the girls. Co-workers at Anadarko Petroleum called him dependable but unassuming, per a 2018 Denver Post report. Psychologists like Dr. Todd Grande, in a 2020 Psychology Today article, suggest Chris's introverted nature masked repressed emotions, a trait common in covert narcissists. His 2015 bankruptcy with Shannon, leaving $70,000 in debt, added pressure, per court records. Friends noted his passivity in the marriage Shannon's vibrant personality dominated, per a 2018 ABC News report. This dynamic may have fueled resentment, per a 2022 Criminology Today podcast, as Chris felt overshadowed. No violent history existed, but his affair with Nicole Kessinger in 2018 revealed a hidden side. Was Chris's quiet demeanor a facade for darker impulses? Could his normalcy have hidden danger? Have you known a quiet person with secrets? What's the psychology of a normal killer? How does repression lead to violence? Chris's post-crime behavior, the facade cracks. After murdering Shannon, Bella, and Celeste on August 13, 2018, Chris Watts' behavior was chillingly normal. Hours after the killings, he went to work at Service 319, texting colleagues about routine tasks, per a 2018 TBI report. His August 13 Denver 7 interview, pleading for his family's return, showed odd body language, slight smiles, fidgeting hands described as duping delight by body language expert Susan Constantine on Inside Edition 2018. He claimed Shannon left after an argument, but neighbor Nate trying to stick a security footage showed him loading his truck alone at 5:27 a.m., per a 2018 CBS Colorado report. Chris's quick confession after failing a polygraph on August 15th, per a 2018 CNN report, lacked emotional depth. He initially lied, claiming Shannon killed the girls, a story debunked by autopsies, per trial records. A 2019 Psychology Today article notes his calm post-crime behavior suggests sociopathic compartmentalization, acting normal while hiding guilt. Reddit users dissected his TV plea, posting, "His smile gave him away." The American Murder documentary, 2020, highlighted his attachment, contrasting Shannon's vibrant videos. Did Chris's normalcy reveal a sociopath's mind? Have you seen someone act normal after a crime? Could his behavior have fooled you? What's the sign of post-crime detachment? How does a killer stay calm? Narcissism in Chris Watts. Chris Watts exhibited covert narcissism, less flashy than Scott's, but equally destructive, in his affair with Nicole Kessinger, starting in June 2018. Fed his ego with texts like, "I want a life with you, no complications," per a 2019 Denver Post report. He saw his family as obstacles to a new life, per a 2020 American Murder documentary. Dr. Todd Grande, in a 2019 YouTube video, calls him a covert narcissist, masking insecurity with a nice guy image. Chris's resentment of Shannon's success as a Thrive promoter, earning $3,000 to $5,000 monthly, contrasted a stagnant $60,000 job, per a 2018 People report. His TV pleas focus on himself, saying, "I just want them back," avoiding grief, per a 2018 Vox analysis. A 2022 Criminology Today article notes covert narcissists hide entitlement behind normalcy. Did Chris's quiet ego drive his crimes? Can a covert narcissist be more dangerous? Have you known someone hiding entitlement? What's the link between insecurity and murder? How does narcissism manifest quietly? Sociopathy traits in Chris Watts. Chris's sociopathy showed in his deceit and lack of remorse. He lied to police, claiming Sean killed Bella and Celeste, a story debunked by autopsies showing he smothered them, per a 2018 CNN report. Disposing of their bodies in oil tanks at Survey 319, per a 2019 TBI report, was callous, reflecting a sociopath's disregard for others. His quick confession after failing a polygraph lacked emotion, per a 2018 Denver Post. Dr. Catherine Ramsland, in a 2021 Crime Reads article, notes sociopaths like Chris manipulate effortlessly, charming Nickel while killing his family. Reddit users called his post-crime normalcy terrifying, with posts like, "He acted like nothing happened." A 2023 Psychology Today article suggests sociopathic family killers see victims as objects. Was Chris's coldness pure sociopathy? Is sociopathy the core of Chris's actions? Could his detachment have been spotted? What's the sign of a sociopath's empty heart? How does callousness lead to murder? Comparison, alibis, and lies. Both Scott and Chris relied on flimsy alibi Scott's fishing trip at Berkeley Marina. Chris's claim his family left after an argument. Both lied to Mistresses Scott as a widower. Chris as separated, revealing manipulative deceit, per a 2022 Crime Read article. Scott's 29-hour call log with Amber and Chris's 62 pages of text with Nickel, per trial records, exposed their desire to escape family life. Their lies crumbled under scrutiny. Scott's boat lacked fishing evidence. Chris's truck was caught on camera, per 2003 and 2018 police reports. A 2023 Psychology Today article notes narcissists overestimate their ability to deceive, a trait both shared. Web sleuths and Reddit called their stories laughably weak. Did their alibis reveal a shared mindset? Have you seen similar lies in true crime? Could their alibis show the same psychology? What's the clue in a fabricated story? How does deceit expose a killer? Comparison, motives. Both were driven by affairs and escape. Scott's $250,000 insurance policy and Amber Fry affair, per 2004 trial records, and Chris's $70,000 debt and Nickel Kessinger, per 2018 texts, suggest practical motives fueled by narcissism. A 2022 Criminology Today podcast notes both saw family as burdens to their idealized selves. Scott wanted a bachelor's life. Chris, a fresh start. Their entitlement, believing they deserved freedom, drove murder, per a 2023 Psychology Today article. Social media, from CourtTV.com to Twitter, called them selfish monsters. Were their motives mirror images? Can affairs and money drive murder? Have you seen similar motives in true crime? What's the link between desire and destruction? How does entitlement kill? Comparison, remorse or lack thereof. Neither showed genuine remorse. Scott smiling in court and refusal to testify, per a 2004 Dateline, and Chris's stoic confession, per 2018 CNN, suggests sociopathic detachment. Scott never admitted guilt. Chris confessed but showed no emotion, per a 2019 TBI report. A 2021 Criminology Today article notes family killers compartmentalize guilt, a trait both exhibited. Web sleuths and Reddit call their lack of remorse inhuman. Did their coldness reveal the same mind? Can lack of remorse define a killer? Have you seen someone show no regret? What's the sign of an empty conscience? How does detachment expose evil? Expert opinions on Scott Peterson. Experts label Scott a narcissist and sociopath. Dr. Catherine Ramsland, in a 2021 Crime Reads article, notes his charm had a lack of empathy, comparing him to Bundy. Dr. Michael Wellner, in a 2018 Forensic Files, calls his lies and demeanor sociopathic. A 2023 Psychology Today article highlights his entitlement, seeing Laci as a barrier to his image. His refusal to take a polygraph and fleeing suggests fear of exposure, per a 2021 Criminology Today podcast. Media like Nancy Grace amplified his sociopathic smile. Was Scott a textbook case? Can experts decode a killer's mind? Have you read analyses on narcissists? What's the psychology of a family annihilator? How do experts spot darkness? Expert opinions on Chris Watts. Experts call Chris a covert narcissist and sociopath. Dr. Todd Grande, in a 2019 YouTube video, notes his quiet charm masked rage. A 2020 Psychology Today article links his post-crime normalcy to sociopathy. His disposal of the girls in oil tanks shows callousness. Per a 2019 Criminology Today podcast, the American Murder documentary amplified his detachment. Experts suggest his confession was self-serving per a 2022 Vox. Was Chris's mind darker than it seemed? Can experts unravel a quiet killer? Have you seen analyses explain behavior? What's the sign of hidden sociopathy? How does psychology expose truth? Media's role in revealing mindsets. Media played a huge role in unmasking their mindsets. Nancy Grace called Scott sociopathic, replaying his emotionless interviews per 2004 broadcasts. American Murder used Shanann's videos to expose Chris's lies per a 2020 Vox. Social media amplified scrutiny web sleuths for Scott, Reddit for Chris, with hashtag Justice for Shanann trending. A 2022 Society Today article notes media humanizes victims, revealing killers' coldness. Did media shape their infamy? Can media reveal a killer's psyche? Have you seen coverage shape perception? What's the power of a narrative? How does publicity expose a mind? Family perspectives on Scott. Laci's family saw Scott's darkness early. Sharon Roches for Laci, 2005, calls him emotionless from day one. Brent Rocha told Dateline in 2004, he never cried while we grieved. Their tearful pleas, aired on 2020 in 2003, contrasted his calm, exposing his mindset. Web sleuths called Sharon's intuition heartbreakingly accurate. A 2023 Psychology Today article notes, families often spot narcissistic traits first. Did the Roches unmask Scott? Can family intuition reveal a killer? Have you trusted a loved one's gut? What's the power of a mother's doubt? How does grief expose truth? Family perspectives on Chris. The Rzuseks exposed Chris's coldness. Frankie Rzusek's 2019 Facebook post, per people, demanded focus on Shanann. Sandy Rzusek on Dr. Phil, 2019, called him heartless. Their statements, per a 2018 CNN, broke the courtroom silence. Hashtag Justice for Shanann trended, amplifying their grief. A 2022 Criminology Today article notes families humanize victims, revealing killers' detachment. Did their voices crack Chris's facade? How do families fight for justice? Can grief unmask a killer? What's the role of victims' voices? How does pain reveal a killer's mind? Psychological profiles, similarities. Both showed narcissism and sociopathy, Scott's overt charm, Chris's covert normalcy. Both saw family as burdens, per a 2023 Psychology Today article. Their affairs, lies, and lack of remorse suggest shared traits: entitlement, manipulation, detachment. Web sleuths and Reddit call them two peas in a pod. A 2021 Crime Reads article notes family killers share narcissistic motives. Are they the same monster in different skins? Are all family killers alike? Have you seen shared traits in criminals? What's the link between narcissism and murder? How do similarities reveal evil? Psychological profiles, differences. Scott's narcissism was overt, flashy lies, bold denial. Chris's was covert, quiet, repressed rage. Scott never confessed. Chris did quickly, per 2022 Crime Reads. Scott's crime seemed planned. Chris is impulsive. Per a 2021 Criminology Today podcast, their remorse differed, Scott showed none. Chris feigned it briefly. Are these nuances significant? Can killers share traits but differ in core? Have you seen different darkness in similar crimes? What's the nuance in their psychology? How do differences shape a killer? Lessons from these cases. These cases teach us to spot red flags: narcissism, sociopathy, detachment. A 2021 Criminology Today article warns of post-crime behavior as clues. Recognizing charm or normalcy as potential masks could save lives. Their stories urge vigilance, question perfect images. Trust intuition. What can we learn from their darkness? Have you learned from true crime? Can psychology prevent tragedy? What's the takeaway from these killers? How do we protect against hidden evil? Unmasking the mind of a killer. Scott Peterson and Chris Watts, both family killers, share narcissistic and sociopathic traits: lies, detachment, entitlement, but differed in expression. Their post-crime behavior exposed their darkness, leaving us to question trust. Thanks for joining Dark Truths, true crime stories. Like, comment what trait chilled you most, and subscribe for more chilling tales. Until next time, keep questioning the perfect, hold loved ones close, and seek the truth behind the mask.